Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you here today. Thank you for joining me. Hope you've had a good week. Now, if you want to follow along here, we will be in the very small letter of 3rd John, chapter 1, beginning in verse number 5. And if you would, as you're finding that, if you'd click like or share or make a comment, I will be very grateful for that. And then we will look at what John says here. Beloved, it is a faithful thing you do in all your efforts for these brothers, strangers as they are, who testified to your love before the church. You will do well to send them on their journey in a manner worthy of God. For they have gone out for the sake of the name, accepting nothing from the Gentiles. Therefore, we ought to support people like these, that we may be fellow workers for the truth. Um, John is saying to the young church here, be careful. Um, don't support, don't even give an audience to someone who rejects the truth of Jesus Christ. On the other hand, he says, at the end of this verse, support people like these. Like who? These that are fellow workers in the truth. Those who are doing the work of God. Evangelists, teachers, missionaries, preachers, churches, those who are faithfully proclaiming the unwavering truth of God's Word, he says, deserve our support. And support here doesn't just mean financially. I think certainly it would include that we financially support these type of ministries, but other things that we can do that we might be able to help ministers and ministries that are, again, faithfully teaching the truth of God's Word. Maybe just be a word of encouragement. I can't tell you how many times, and we had for many years in my church a dear lady who was shut in. She was unable to get out, couldn't drive, but she was one who it just seemed like she had a gift from God. Can't tell you how many times that, and I've mentioned this before, um, that she would be, it might be a bad day, rough day, hard day, bad week. All of us have those kinds of spells, and I would go to the mailbox, or the secretary would check the mail and bring it in, whatever, and there would be just a little greeting card that she had sent with a little note, a little word of encouragement included in that little card, and just seemed to have a knack for knowing, between her and God, they had it figured out to get that card in my mailbox, in my hands on the right day, and that's what John is talking about here. That we do things to help, to encourage, again, um, and if they need financial support and we can do it, we're in a position where we can. We don't send them a card. We help them in the area that they need. We are encouragers for these folks. We encourage them. Whatever, maybe we take them to lunch, or we watch their kids for them, so that they can, the husband and wife can go out maybe and have a dinner together, something like that. That we do well to send out, and I like this phrase, is you do well to send them on their journey in a manner worthy of God. Are we treating those around us who are faithful ministers in whatever field they may, again, maybe a church planter, maybe a missionary, maybe a pastor, maybe our Sunday school teacher, maybe an evangelist, anyone around us who is working and serving God, are we treating them and sending them on in a manner worthy of God. That's our task here, is that we look around and see where we can be an encouragement and a help, be a co-laborer in the ministry of those who are serving perhaps in areas that you and I may not ever be able to go to, but we are encouraging those who do. You think about it. Have a great day. We'll see you here next time.